Hello humans, Jemai here. It's been a while, so I just wanted to hang out here and talk about life, but also talk about my feelings. I am currently in New York City, Central Park. We're just hanging out. I'm not gonna pretend that I know where I am. I'm pretty much lost, but I'm gonna call it exploring. We're exploring Central Park until we find how to get out of it. I want to talk about like this week and what I've been up to, but also like what I learned and just like experienced this week. So if most of you know me, you know that like I am very joyful. I'm like, I try to just like, be happy and like just be positive and stuff. But I think this week was a challenge for me just because it was just like, when you feel certain things and they just come all rushing at the same time. It was one of those weeks, and like I wasn't mentally, physically, emotionally prepared for it. I've been overworking myself, which is a good thing but also a bad thing, because that means it doesn't leave me time to rest. The other thing, I don't usually express how I feel unless like the person really knows me. Then I'll be like, yo, what up? And like I find a lot of people, when they do ask how you're doing, they'll be like, hey, how are you doing? But they're walking away. So it's like they don't even have time to actually listen to how you're doing. So I think it's a courtesy thing where it's like, hey, how are you doing? It's not like, how are you? They want to know how you're doing. It's more like, how are you doing, as in hi, let's move on kind of thing. And that like made me start not talking about my feeling as much. But one thing I'm telling you that I've learned from this, you're allowed to feel. Whatever emotions you have, if it's frustration, if it's sadness, if it's joy, you're allowed to feel that, and you're allowed to share that with everybody that really cares about you, at least. If it's celebration, like you're allowed to celebrate. And I know a lot of people, when they feel like they're in a good season, they're scared of celebrating just because then they feel like, oh, they're raining on somebody's parade because they're unhappy, and then you're happy. But then the other part is like you want to celebrate other people, but then you're in a sad season, so it's kind of like, how do I get to celebrate other people but also feel what I'm feeling? And one of the things that I always go back to is like, you can't be so sad that you don't notice the good things that are happening around you, and you can't be so happy that you don't notice the sad things. You have to learn empathy and sympathy. For me, like I wasn't aware of things that were happening around me because I was too busy focused on myself. And when you're in a certain season in your life, like it's easy for you to feel like this is the end of life and I'll never feel good anymore. But then the reality is like, that season ends, and then you have a beautiful, beautiful experience after that. I'm currently in New York. It's not every day that I come to New York. It's not every day that I experience this, but I take advantage of that every single time I have that opportunity to come to New York or to come to visit my friends and like experience a different culture. And so all to say, the point of really this video is just all to say that like whatever you're facing, whether it's sadness, it's not going to be forever. And reach out to your friends. Have the right people around you that can encourage you. I was talking to my friend that day, like I cried myself to sleep like 2 nights, and I was just like, life is happening. And I remember talking to my friend Kevin, and we ended up praying. He was like, you know what, Jemai, we're gonna pray. And it's hard to find that response with people, but like I think his first response was praying, and then we just laughed, and then he listened, and then we encouraged each other. So it was like this whole beautiful thing. And I feel like we should learn to be those kind of friends that are encouraging and loving towards others, but also give people time and allow them to feel whatever they're feeling. Whatever it's sadness, just don't stay there, because a lot of people, when they feel sad, they stay there, and then it's like this whole sad party happening. We don't want that. Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been going on or feeling, and that's one thing I'm learning is like, you're allowed to feel. And I know you've had it a million times, but I don't think we comprehend the meaning of it. It's okay not to be okay. And that doesn't mean you should be sad your entire life. It just means like, when you're not okay, it's okay to say, I am not okay. Do you say that to everybody? Probably not, because not everybody cares to listen. But if you have good friends around you, talk to them. Be like, hey, I am not okay, right? Can we talk about that first? Or, I am not okay, but I don't know how I feel. And like sometimes it's really hard for you to express how you feel if you're also trying to figure out what exactly you're feeling. So it's like somebody asking you, so how is life? You're still navigating through that, And so like I encourage you guys, like, surround yourself with good people, be that good person for somebody else, and just feel, go feel some love, feel some joy, feel some sadness, whatever it is. Just know whatever you're feeling, no matter how hard it may be, it's not gonna last forever. So I'm gonna learn from it, I'm gonna grow from it. Until then, I'm just gonna enjoy life. Okay, bye.